Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Underwood, Iowa, home of the Eagles. I'm TJ Young alongside Aaron Burdorf. Coach, fun night for football. Two pretty athletic teams, two pretty good teams, two teams 1-0 in district play. Should be a fun one tonight.
Yeah, it should be an interesting ball game. Two teams that like to air it out on offense, and so we'll see what the final score indicates and what each team does defensively to try to stop the other air's attack.
So, again, just kind of giving everybody a heads up, those folks that are listening from Underwood, we thank you for allowing us into your stream. We're the normal Shenandoah play-by-play and color commentator guys. For those of you that are normal listeners or watchers, hey, thanks for tuning in. It's nice when we can kind of have a collaboration and use the stream, but be able to still give the folks at least what they like in Shenandoah too. So if you're from Underwood, we hope you like what you hear. If you're from Shenandoah, we apologize in advance for what you already know is going to happen, right?
Right. Yeah, we're homers, but we'll do our best to cheer Underwood on a little bit tonight and make their fans happy. And again, it's a good night for football, and we're just happy to be part of the broadcast.
So Shenandoah won the toss, so they will be they deferred, so they'll be kicking off. Underwood and their high-powered offense, led by quarterback Garrett Lutt, will be getting the ball first to start this game. And again, this is a Class 1A rated number 3. And then I believe BC Moore has them rated number 1. So this is a very talented Underwood team that Shenandoah's got to go up against tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, after last year's season for Shenandoah, this is a tough task coming up here to Underwood to play a highly ranked football team.
So short kickoff was fielded by the up man for Underwood, and that was Charlie Myers who ended up picking up that little squib kick, and that's where Underwood's going to start the scrimmage tonight from about their own, looks like 35-yard line. Depends upon the spot here. They haven't put the ball down yet, folks.
Looks like 35.
Perfect. Look at there. Nailed it.
Put it on a line.
1 for 1 tonight. So we are ready to rock and roll. 1st and 10. Underwood comes out in typical spread formation from what I've seen from them. They've got 2 receivers to the far side, wing back to the far side, so essentially trips receivers. Got motion to the near side. Lutt takes a high snap, handoff up the middle. Good job in there by the defensive line for Nebraska. I'm a Nebraska fan.
Whoa.
Sorry. Good job by the defensive line in there for Shenandoah. That was Maddox Nelson on the carry. I'm not in Lincoln, folks.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, good tackle by Ethan Richardson, Levi Rystrom for Shenandoah.
This is what Underwood's going to get tonight. And the handoff again up the middle, and really nothing there. Maybe a gain of a yard, so it's going to set up a 3rd down and 7. Good job by the Shenandoah defensive line.
Owen Noakes getting in there and making the tackle there for the Mustangs. Brings up 3rd and a long 7.
So 3rd down and 7, a balanced formation here for Underwood. 3rd and 7 is probably not something they're super uncomfortable with. They got some athletes out there. Lutt drops back to pass, goes to the boundary. Incomplete, good coverage in there. That pass just a little high, intended for Ravlin, and that's going to be a quick 3 and out. And Coach Shenandoah defense standing tall.
Yeah, definite win for the Mustangs because, again, an Underwood front that is much bigger than the Mustang front on defense. And so, again, one of those things where Underwood comes out and tries to establish the run a little bit, even though we know that they're going to throw it around. And the Mustangs held strong here on their first possession.
Mason Boothby is back to punt it away for the Eagles. Takes a snap, kicks it away low. End over end, fielded by Cullen at the 24-yard line, and he is corralled at the 27-yard line. So that's where Shenandoah will begin their first drive, led by Jade Spangler, the senior quarterback, first-year quarterback. Kind of mixed results that first game of the season, but since then he's been pretty dynamic.
Yeah, he's been able to show off his athletic ability and get him out of the pocket, move him around, and then find the speedy wide receivers that the Mustangs have to offer.
So 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. Jaden Dickerson in the backfield, kind of a mash unit back there in the offensive backfield for Shenandoah. We'll get into that as the game goes on. First plays a handoff up the middle to Jaden Dickerson. He maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. So, again, that big defensive line and offensive line, maybe not as big of a deal early on the offensive front. But on the defensive front, these Eagles can play.
Yeah, and you know, they're going to do it with a three-man front.
By Brody Cullen, not something that we're used to seeing anyways. That ball put right on him, and Cullen just couldn't hang on to it.
Yeah, and if you remember a week ago, Brody had troubles early in the game, had maybe 3 or 4 drop passes early, and then finished with 150-plus yards of receiving. Kid that can definitely get going when he catches the ball.
So now 3rd down and 10. Spangler rolling out to the right. He's looking for somebody. He's got a lot of pressure in his face, and he throws an interception to Ravlin. Ravlin breaks a tackle with a stiff arm. He's down to the 15, down to the 10, to the 5, and he may be in. We'll see what they spot him. He is down at about the 2-yard line. That's just something you can't have when you're the underdog. You know, throw it away, live to fight another down. But a good play by Ravlin, and Underwood in business, 1st and goal.
Yeah, absolutely, and tried to throw back across his body. Something that you don't do as you roll out. You don't throw late back across the middle, and Spangler just gets caught in a bad situation, and Ravlin is able to get the interception there about, the 37, 38-yard line, and take it down to about the 2.
So now Ludd hands it off up the middle to Nelson, and that's an easy touchdown for the Eagles. So they take quick advantage of the first turnover of the ball game for either side, and it's a quick 2-yard touchdown plunge by Maddox Nelson, and gets Underwood on the board first, 6-0 with 9:57 to go in quarter number 1. And they're going to have, looks like Gus Bayshore back to try the extra point. Crafty lefty, looks like. And the snap is down, the kick is up, and it is good. So with 9:57 to go in quarter number 1, it's 7-0. Underwood will be back in 60 seconds.
Brocker Wealth Management is comprised of local experts dedicated to your financial success. Their certified financial advisors include John Brocker, a native of Southwest Iowa and a proud graduate of Underwood, and Alec Murphy, an active Council Bluffs resident. They are dedicated to devising comprehensive financial strategies for you and your family. Whether you are investing to build wealth, Brocker Wealth Management personalizes a plan for your needs, wants, and long-term goals.
Dave Lyon Towing and Repair has been serving the Underwood area for over 40 years. They offer 24-hour light and heavy-duty towing and recovery, including a rotator, winch equipment, wreckers, and flatbeds to serve you. They're available for repair on cars and trucks Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Located at 134th Street in Underwood. When you need a lift or repair work, call Dave Lyon Towing and Repair of Underwood, Iowa. 712-566-2317. Not the biggest, just the best.
And we're back here in Underwood, and Bayshore kicked the ball deep right to the goal line, fielded by Shenandoah right there, and a little bit of a seam, but was closed quickly and down at the 15-yard line. So a long field to go for Shenandoah on drive number 2, and it was a really good play by a really talented secondary and Ravlin, a talented player in his own right.
Yeah, for sure, and much different secondary than what the Mustangs saw 2 weeks ago in Ottawa Valley, where they played straight man, zero coverage, and then last week Missouri Valley, bringing 7 or 8 guys, pretty regularly, or at least 6 or 7 every time. And now you're seeing a little bit of a different defensive look for Underwood this week, and so something that the Mustang offense is going to have to figure out.
And a little counter here, and that's going to go maybe for a gain of a couple of yards there to Dickerson, down to about the 17-yard line. So they ran a little counter, tried to pull the backside offensive lineman there. Just the running back got a little bit too far ahead of the lineman. You got to go behind your blocks there.
Yep, and linebacker Maddox Nelson there on the stop for Underwood. So 2nd and 8 for the Mustangs.
2nd down, 8 to go. Trips to the far side, and a fake handoff, and Spangler trying to keep it, and he makes a couple guys miss. He's down to the 23, maybe the 24-yard line. Going to be really close to the first down of the night for Shenandoah. It's going to set up a 3rd down at about 2. See, folks, this is what you're going to get from the dynamic duo that you hear right now. Sorry.
And I'm going to keep my hand. For those of you who have watched the last 2 weeks.
Camera work good?
Camera work 2 weeks ago, not great at Ottawa Valley. Camera work evidently way better last week. at home for homecoming, and so I'm going to do a better job. I can't let my 15-year-old kid show me up.
Well, you're doing great so far. You're number one in my book, Coach. That first pass on first down there was completed to the far side to Cullen. Actually, a loss of 2. Probably better if he wouldn't have caught that one.
Yeah, he was down on a knee and never had a chance to run with it after the catch. So a loss of 2 on the play for the Mustangs. Now a bad snap over the quarterback's head and goes back for another loss for the Mustangs.
That's going to be a loss of about 7 yards on the play. So that's going to set up a third down in what Shenandoah does not want to be into here. A third and about 19. And now this is where Underwood can let their athletes be athletes right here.
Yeah, they're just going to send 3 guys and keep probably 8 in coverage to see what their linebackers do. But a situation that the Mustangs don't want to put themselves in, especially here early in the contest.
Yeah, that 3-3-5, you get a lot of athletes on the field. Underwood definitely has a lot of athletes, that's for sure. So the third and long, and Spangler going deep, and that's intercepted again, and again just off coverage, and Easton Robertson just took advantage of that. I mean, it's bailout coverage right there. You're playing the chains, and really never a chance right there for Shenandoah to make that catch.
Yeah, and the reality of the situation is it's kind of like an arm punt situation. Throw it downfield 25 yards and see what happens. Mustangs punt coverage might roll 10 yards further, but also might set up an opportunity for Underwood to use their athletes to get an even bigger.
So Lutt going deep, and that is a touchdown. A 45-yard touchdown pass from Lutt to Mason Boothby. And the last 2 plays for Underwood, Coach, 13 points.
Yeah, really, really nice pass and catch there. Boothby gets behind the Mustang defense, is wide open for the 45-yard touchdown.
You know what they tell defensive backs? If he's even, he's leaving. And that's what Boothby did. He got even with the defensive back, and he was gone. And the extra point is up and good from Bayshore. So with 7:20 to go in the opening quarter, Underwood flexing their muscles a little bit now, up 14-0. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
It's time to be you at Iowa Western. Apply today.
To some, the sound of a bag of seed being opened marks a year of unpredictability and sleepless nights. But for those opening a bag of Pioneer brand corn, it brings a different set of feelings. To them, that sound marks innovation, knowing every seed has been proven in the toughest environment possible, the field. It marks the start of the best year you'll ever have. Pioneer brand corn hybrids, field proven and ready for yours. Visit pioneer.com/innovation.
So we're back here in Underwood, 14-0 Underwood out in front. And it's going to be Graham returning it at about the 5-yard line. He tries to find a seam up the middle and gets up to about the 20-yard line. So Shenandoah will start their third drive of the night of the first quarter here. Down 14-0 at their own 20-yard line. 1 first down, and then kind of mistakes, a couple-yard loss, and then a bad snap, and then kind of third and you don't want to be, and then you force a ball deep, and then Underwood's good enough, they're going to take advantage of that.
Absolutely, and so it is one of those things where the Mustangs are going to have to come out here and establish themselves in the short passing game, something underneath, maybe some crossers or something, and give yourself a chance to get our guys in space and let them run.
So 5 wide empty backfield, so that's a quarterback run or a quick pass, and that's what we get, a quick pass into the flat, and that's nearly intercepted, intended for Cole Scammon, and that's kind of a lights, flash, bells ring moment for a defensive back, right? You go empty, it's a quick throw, more than likely.
Yes, especially right now for the Mustangs against this defense. They're not going to keep the quarterback in the pocket, so it's going to come out quick. And now that play might set up a play later. You know, you pump fake that guy on the outside and then run him down the sideline. You know, never know what could transpire from that play.
So 2nd and 10 and a fake handoff, and Spangler gets met by Robertson. That was Bayshore. Big hit by Bayshore, the kicker. I mean, he plays other positions, obviously, but that's a wonderful, wonderful tackle. Gain of a yard there.
Yeah, really good tackle there by Bayshore to come in and lower the boom.
Yeah, Bayshore did a great job there. And now it's 3rd down and 9 for Shenandoah. And Spangler rolls to the near side, caught by Cullen. Cullen wrestled down by Ravlin. It's only going to back to the line of scrimmage, so it's 4th down, no gain on the play. Completed pass, but definitely a different feel for Shenandoah. I mean, we knew it was going to be a step up in competition for Shenandoah. Underwood's clearly a very talented football team, but things that were chunk plays in the last couple of weeks, they're getting covered up very well by a very well-coached and a very talented Underwood defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Now we got a false start, jumped early. Offsides on Underwood, so set up 4th and about 2 or 3, looks like. But, yeah, like to your point, Underwood clearly has 11 guys out there on defense that can fly around and want to fly around, and the Mustangs are going to have to find something in the short passing game that's going to move the ball. Again, you can get maybe 2 or 3 on a run play here and there, but the reality is that the short passing game is going to have to go to work tonight.
Scammon back to punt for Shenandoah, and that's going to be caught at the 48-yard line. A really good tackle on special teams there. Lost his shoe. Did the Mustang. That was number 56. Mark Hardy. He tackled him so well. Tackled him right out of his own shoe.
Yeah. Good coverage by Mark Hardy, the long snapper.
That's right.
Getting down and getting on coverage. You see that a lot.
Yep, because you can't hit him.
Yeah. Can't touch him, so he gets a free release.
MC Hammer would be proud.
Get somebody fast.
See what I did there?
Yeah, I got you.
Can't touch this?
Can't touch this.
So Lutt and company back at it again. The handoff to Nelson. Good job of balancing himself there. He got hit right at the line of scrimmage, kind of stuck his hand in the ground, picked up 7 yards. It's a really good first down play.
Yeah, Dickerson had his hands on him right at the line of scrimmage, and he ran through that tackle. And then picked up 6 or 7 yards after that first contact. Mustangs are going to jump off sides here.
So it'll be a free first down, needing just 3 yards. You give them a free 5, and definitely Underwood's definitely a team that doesn't need any help to move the ball. At least so it would seem.
Yeah, so far through the first 5.5 minutes of this contest.
Lutt takes a snap. He's going deep down the near sideline. He's got Ravlin, and no flag and no catch. So incomplete pass. Pretty good coverage in there. Athlete against athlete right there.
Yeah, good job. Good coverage by the Mustangs there. But again, Underwood taking the deep shot on first down.
Was my head in the way?
Yeah, no, the bar of the window was just.
I was leaning forward
there.
there.
Nope, you're still a foot out of the shot. Just the bar of the window.
So 2nd down, 10 to go. Lutt hands it off to Nelson right up the middle. Big hole. He bounces to the left side. Gets a great block on the edge, and he's gone. Lutt, 35 yards to pay dirt. Really big hole and a really good vision to bounce it to the outside to the left. And now that's for Nelson. 2 touchdowns on just 5 carries tonight. Really productive start for the halfback for the Eagles.
Yeah, really good blocking up front, and guys getting all the way into the secondary, getting pancake blocks in the secondary for Underwood. Set up a nice run there by Nelson, 35 yards for the touchdown.
So now Bayshore to kick the extra point, and that's up and good. So with 5:12 to go in quarter number 1, all Underwood as they're up by 3 touchdowns. We'll be back in 60. we're back here in Underwood. Bayshore back to kick again. Leg's going to be tired here. It's been kicking a lot here in quarter number 1. That kicks deep into the far corner, picked up by, looks like Scammon over there for Shenandoah, and he breaks a few tackles, has a little spin move, hit the B button, but that's still only going to put him down at about the 17-yard line. So again, still got to go the length of the field against the defense that we know is stout and we know is solid and sound, and it's going to force you to chunk it down the field. They're not going to give you the big play.
Yep. So fourth possession. It's time to find some offense here for the Mustangs. Find out what can work now that we've gotten a good look at this Underwood defense in person.
It's a good point. So we're going to have trips, wide trips here to this near side, to the far side of the field, or to the wide side of the field, I should say. And a quick throw out into the flat and short, intended for Brody Cullen, and Cullen probably had some yards there, but it was just an errant pass just off the mark.
Yeah, just that little quick out route. Maybe instead of running a quick out, maybe like an arrow, so his face is facing down the field instead of into the backfield where he's going to have to turn and get his footing. It seems like this grass might be a little slick tonight here in Underwood.
And Spangler rolls out to the right. The throw to Graham off his fingertips. Incomplete. Robertson was on coverage for Underwood, but that time, good ball on the money in the hands of the receiver. Just got to come up with that one. That's first down.
Yep, somebody's got to step up and make a play and let the Mustang offense feel good about themselves, right? And that play is a pass play again where we talk about getting Spangler out in space and then throwing it to a wide receiver short. Making a good hard move and then coming back to the ball and just got to catch it to give the Mustangs a first down there.
So 3rd and 10, back-to-back incompletions. Spangler trying to find somebody open, then tried to scramble, and he's going to end up getting sacked on the play by Sam Schoening, and that's going to go down as a loss of 3 on the play. And in high school, that goes against rushing stats, Coach, not passing stats. In the NFL, goes against passing stats. Didn't know if you knew that.
I did.
You did not.
I did. And kind of the crappy part here for the Mustangs
Watch
is that
your mouth.
Oh, my bad. They're only able to run off about a minute of the play of the game clock because of the incomplete pass. So not a great situation.
And not a great punt there. It's going to end up being about a 23, 24-yard punt. So, again, the field position battle, the turnover battle, obviously the battle on the only part that really matters is the points, right? And that battle's obviously getting won by Underwood at this point. 4:13 to go, Coach. In the first quarter, kind of imperative for Shenandoah to try to do what they can to get a stop, but that's easier said than done against this high-powered offensive attack.
Right.
So ball at the 44-yard line of Shenandoah. Lutt in the backfield. Ravlin in motion to the near side. Lutt takes a snap. He's about slipped on the grass. Coach, he called it, spoke it into existence, and then that throws sails on Lutt. Lutt was just taking his normal drop back, and he just got in his plant foot and slipped a little bit, and maybe it kind of threw off the play a little.
Yeah, we aren't down on the field, but it looks like it's cut pretty short, which very little moisture makes a short grass field slick really fast.
So now 2nd down and 10. Got a new guy in the backfield. It looks like, is that Graham Jensen there getting the carry? That is Jansen, and he broke 2 tackles, and he is gone, ladies and gentlemen. 44 yards to the house. First carry of the game. That's pretty efficient. Pretty efficient work for Jensen. 44 yards and another touchdown for the Eagles.
Yeah, again, the yards after contact, right? He was hit right at the line of scrimmage, wasn't able to be taken down, and runs in for the touchdown.
So Underwood, 4 touchdowns on the night so far, a 45, 35 and 44 yards. They also have the 2-yard plunge after the long interception return by Ravlin to open the scoring. But the last 3 scores for Underwood, 35-plus yard plays, so the explosives are definitely there for the Eagles. 28-0, Shenandoah down, getting the football back again, trying to find something that's working for them offensively. We'll be back in 60.
Southwest Iowa Transit.
We're back here in Underwood High School. Beautiful night for football. There was rain in the forecast overnight last night and today. We got a little last night, but it has stayed away tonight, so good night for football. And a good night so far for Underwood as they kick it away for the 5th time. And a big hit at the 15-yard line by Sam Schoening. Have a defensive first quarter, young man. Wow, that was a big hit.
Yeah, big hit. And again, the Mustangs will start inside of their 20-yard line. So good, really good special teams coverage by Underwood. And again, like I said, the Mustangs had the ball for less than a minute on their last possession. Somehow we got to get the clock moving in our direction while also picking up a first down to get the Mustangs offense moving here in the first quarter.
Yeah, so far, to your point, just one first down with just 1 total yard rushing on the night. And this time Dickerson does get the handoff up the middle. He's going to fight his way to about the 20-yard line. So it's going to be actually his longest gain of the night so far, a gain of 3. And that's going to set up a 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, good job by the Mustangs up front. Again, if they can just get that front 3 for Underwood moving, obviously their linebackers, unless they're being told to go, are probably reading pass first, knowing that the Mustang offense predicates itself on the passing game.
They gave him 4 yards at home, so we'll give them 4 yards here. So
nice.
2nd down and 6 here for the Mustangs. And again, another handoff up the middle to Dickerson. He gets met at the line of scrimmage and no gain on the play. First play 4 yards, second play no yards. Now 2 yards a pop. So yeah, you're moving the clock, but you still got to get. Now it's a 3rd and still got to get 6, right? I mean that's been difficult here for Shenandoah. They have no play tonight over 6 yards so far.
Well, no time better than right now.
Agreed. We'll see. So 3rd down and 6. And Spangler with a balanced formation. Dickerson moves to the near side. And a quick throw to the flat and broken up over there by Mason Boothby. It wasn't going to get the first down anyways, but man, they're just sitting on them short routes right now. And just knowing they're not able to get it over the top, so they're just teeing off on those quick routes.
Yep, absolutely. And that intended receiver was Ethan Laughlin, unable to come up with that. And like you said, he would have came up about 3 or 4 yards short anyway. But once again, here we are, just a minute and a half of game clock taken off by that drive, and the Mustangs are turning the ball back over to this high-powered Underwood offense again.
So punt this time by Scammon is going to be caught on the sideline at about the 25-yard line. So that's going to be a 25-yard punt. And again, super, super good field position for Underwood. And, Coach, how about this stat right here? In the first quarter to this point, Shenandoah is 2 for 9, throwing the football for -2 yards and 2 interceptions. Big time kudos to the Underwood Eagle defense.
Absolutely, and again, playing kind of those two deep safety look, having guys just playing center field allows those guys underneath to really dig in and go after those short passes that the Mustangs are trying to use.
So there's going to be a timeout on the field for Shenandoah, and we'll take it with them. We'll be back in 60 seconds, 2:27 to go in quarter number 1. Eagles up by 28. Back here in Underwood, first down and 10, ball at the 45-yard line. Lutt at midfield takes the snap. He's looking deep. He's going to take a shot down the far side. He's got a man wide open. Caught, touchdown, Mason Boothby, 45-yard pitch and catch. Making it look too easy. Lutt to Boothby, second 45-yard pitch and catch for the two of them tonight.
Yeah, another really nice throw. But again, just getting beat in the secondary was the Mustangs. And, again, it's one of those situations where they just run by you. Maybe there was a double move over there, I'm not sure, but just run right by you and wide open deep.
So the kick is up by Bayshore, and it is good, 35-0. We're going to step aside again, and we'll be back in 60.
Brocker Wealth Management is comprised of local experts dedicated to your financial success. Their certified financial advisors include John Brocker, a native of Southwest Iowa and a proud graduate of Underwood, and Alec Murphy, an active Council Bluffs resident. They are dedicated to devising comprehensive financial strategies for you and your family. Whether you are investing to build wealth, Brocker Wealth Management personalizes a plan for your needs, wants, and long-term goals.
Dave Lyon Towing and Repair has been serving the Underwood area for over 40 years. They offer 24-hour light and heavy-duty towing and recovery, including a rotator, winch equipment, wreckers, and flatbeds to serve you. They're available for repair on cars and trucks Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Located at 134th Street in Underwood, when you need a lift or repair work, call Dave Lyon Towing and Repair of Underwood, Iowa, 712-566-2317. Not the biggest, just the best.
We're back here in Underwood, again set to kick off are the Eagles. And another deep kickoff. It's going to go right back to about the 5-yard line and then bounce into the end zone. So Shenandoah, best starting field position of the night, tied for anyways. They started at their own 20 once before and starting again at their own 20. Just got to get something going, as you mentioned too before, just kind of, unfortunately, you got to keep the clock moving too. But you want to try to be productive offensively as well. That's been obviously very difficult for Shenandoah to do tonight.
Right. Yeah, the short passing game just hasn't been there yet. Keep moving the ball around, try to find some of these receivers short. But again, you kind of have to have some combo routes of some type because these guys out here on the edge are playing up tight and digging in and got somebody over the top.
So fake handoff, and Spangler gets corralled right at the line of scrimmage. Really good tackle in there by Jack Van Fossen. And that's a no gain on the play, it looks like. And that's going to bring up a second down and 10. And from me watching on film, it's hard to find things to attack Underwood with. The flats and the edges is not it. Like short passing in the hashes, behind the linebackers.
Right, some kind of a crosser route.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. But the flat routes, man, they got some dudes, man. They got some dudes that can fly.
Yeah, they got some football speed guys out on the edge for sure.
So 2nd down 10, Spangler, wheel route to Cullen, and nobody home. Good coverage by Ravlin. And that's two track kids going step for step right there. Cullen for Shenandoah and Ravlin for Underwood. Both real good speed, and that's tight coverage on a wheel route.
Yeah, maybe put a little bit more air under it, so Cullen had a chance. But the ball was in the air, and Cullen maybe had 2 steps where he was able to get his head around to see where the ball was. It didn't have much of a shot to catch that ball.
So 3rd down now, 10 to go. And there's about a minute to go in quarter number 1. Spangler looks at the wristband, as does the rest of the team here for Shenandoah. And another roll out to the near side, thrown across his body, and that might be intercepted. It is intercepted. 3rd interception of the first quarter, and it's Easton Robertson. It's that, we talked about it in that Clarinda game. I did anyways. You were not calling the game with me that time. But it's the running to the side and trying to throw the ball downfield. Sometimes you can't get enough pop on it, and that time threw it inside, and Robertson made a good play.
Yeah, really good play by the Underwood defensive back there to break on that ball. It was on target, just a really nice play by the Underwood defensive back. So here with about 20 seconds left to go in the first quarter, Underwood 35-0, and
I don't think they're going to have to snap it. They may, but they don't have to. As we're down at under 10 seconds, they do snap it. Give it to Nelson up the middle. Nelson breaks a tackle, and he's got a lot of room, and he's finally corralled down. It looks like about the 12-yard line, so that's going to be another 20-yard run for Nelson, and that will end quarter number 1. So we'll step aside, and it's been all Underwood here at home. We'll be back in about 90 seconds.
It's time to be you at Iowa Western. Apply today.
To some, the sound of a bag of seed being opened marks a year of unpredictability and sleepless nights. But for those opening a bag of Pioneer brand corn, it brings a different set of feelings. To them, that sound marks innovation, knowing every seed has been proven in the toughest environment possible, the field. It marks the start of the best year you'll ever have. Pioneer brand corn hybrids, field proven and ready for yours. Visit pioneer.com/innovation.
Back here in Underwood, it's 1st and 10. Ball out. Looks like 1st and goal. They moved it up to the 10-yard line. Hard to see with the window there. So it's going to be 1st and goal. Lot fade route into the corner. Good coverage. No flag. Incomplete. And that pass was intended for Jack Van Fossen. So it sets up a 2nd down and goal. Coach, we were talking before, during the break. Underwood in that first quarter averaged nearly 20 yards per play from scrimmage in that first quarter. That's about as efficient as you could be.
Yeah, absolutely. And a couple big plays, four touchdowns of over 35 yards apiece. It definitely helps that situation.
So Nelson with another carry, this time stuffed in there by the inside of that defensive line for Shenandoah. So they had two really good stops offensively on the ground the first 2 plays of the game. That's the first time since then they've been able to make something happen like that defensively.
Yeah, good job by Sample to get in there and get the stop for the Mustangs. Set up 3rd and goal from the 9.
So Ludd in the shotgun, trips to the near side, handoff up the middle to Nelson. Nelson drugged down at about the 5. They'll say at the 6-yard line. So it's going to be a gain of 3, and it's going to set up a 4th down. We assume it's 4-down territory here. I mean, clock's running. We're under 11 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, another really good tackle by Sample for the Mustangs out of his linebacker position.
So balanced formation this time. 2 receivers to each side. Got a slant route open here on the near side if you take it. And there's the slant route on both sides. Both guys were open, but they take the one on the far side. That's Mr. Ravlin with another touchdown for the Eagles. That's a 6-yard touchdown pitch and catch. You can kind of see that one coming based on the alignment there. Slants were open on that alignment there.
Yeah, on both sides were open. It was decent coverage by the Mustangs. Just couldn't step in front of it fast enough.
Bayshore did. Yeah, I was going to say Bayshore did get the kick up and it was good, but there was offsides, so they are going to do it again. Just kidding. They're going to decline it.
They're going to decline it, but still have to re-kick it.
Just take the penalty.
Replay the try. Well, then they're not putting the ball down in the same spot. You know, kickers, they're
all right.
Finicky group.
Fair enough. So the extra point attempt a second time is up, and it didn't matter. He knew what he was doing. He says, Coach, I know what I'm doing. 42-0, 10-19 to go until halftime. We're back in 60. We're back here in Underwood, and the kick is away, and it's fielded at about the 3-yard line by Cullen. Cullen made a couple of guys miss there, as it is corralled down at about the 17-yard line. So it'll be 1st down and 10 for Shenandoah again here as the clock's winding now, Coach. Under 10 minutes to go until halftime.
Yeah, so once again, the Mustangs just have to find something to feel good about themselves going into the half. Again, building now towards next week with a big showdown at Red Oak, a game that could decide the 4th playoff spot in our district.
So 1st down and 10, and a little outside run by, looks like Cullen.
He goes in motion and takes the handoff and gets to the edge.
So that's about a 5, maybe 6-yard gain. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 4 for Shenandoah. So 2nd down and 4. Clock now at about 9 minutes to go until halftime. Probably just a couple more possessions really left here until halftime, trying to get something positive here, Shenandoah, as we get near halftime. And there's a high snap again, and Spangler's just got a fall on it, and that's going to be A loss of 6, 11, 16, 17 yards on the play. So what was a 2nd and 4 is now about a 3rd and 21.
Yeah, just again an unfortunate situation. Just a little bit too much on that snap goes over.
I will tell you, I honest to goodness believe that these 2 bad snaps is the 3-3-5 with the 0 technique right above the center. That is not fun if you're a center.
Yeah, especially when the guy lining up across from you is 6'1", 250.
Agreed.
Coming hard.
Yeah, that's happened twice now, and again, not that there hasn't been 0 techniques or nose tackles, but to have to make that shotgun snap and have a guy right in your face right away, and you got to get your hands up, to make a block. That's a tough thing to do. And Shenandoah is going to take another timeout here, 2nd of the first half, with 7:49 to go until halftime. We will step aside, be back in 60. We are back here in Underwood, so now 3rd down in Shenandoah here for the Mustangs. They got a long way to go after that snap sailed well into the backfield, and Spangler had to just kind of fall on it here. And now Spangler on a little quarterback draw. He's got some room. Biggest play of the night here for Shenandoah, as he's going to pick up almost 10 full yards there. So it's going to be a 4th down and 12 for Shenandoah. Kind of a nice little call out of the timeout there.
Yeah, probably the right call just to get the ball back up towards the original line of scrimmage. The Mustangs are forced to punt again.
So clock is nearing 7 minutes to go here until halftime. 42-0 Underwood has taken control early. Shenandoah, it's kind of eerily similar to last week for Shenandoah. Missouri Valley returned an opening kickoff for a touchdown, and that was all Shenandoah. Shenandoah defensively gets a 3 and out immediately, right? You got some feel good, and then 3 plays later, it's been all Underwood ever since. Low line drive that's going to bounce at the 38-yard line and roll dead right at midfield. So 50 yards to go for Underwood, and you may start seeing some subs. I know defensively we started to see some subs, but I would imagine you're going to see most of the starting offense at least through halftime, I would assume.
Yeah, you'd probably make that assumption. Now they're probably going to try to establish a little bit of their run game. Obviously, their run game has been plenty effective, as they've had they had 111 yards rushing through the first quarter. So up to
126.
Yeah,
126 yards and 3 touchdowns on the ground so far. And Jensen gets a handoff again, his 2nd carry of the night, and he's going to get tackled down at the 47-yard line. So it's a gain of 3.
Yeah, and once again the Mustangs defense hits him right at the line of scrimmage, unable to bring him down. These guys from Underwood run super hard and keep their legs churning to keep the pile moving forward.
So 2nd down and 7. Lutt back to pass, hits Ravelin in the slot, and that's kind of a pass that we were kind of talking about earlier. Hitting the hash marks, right? Not necessarily getting into the flat, but go vertical and sit. And Ravelin did a really good job there, as that's going to be a gain of about looks like about 11 there.
Yeah,
so it'll be
about 11.
Yep. Well, 10 yards. So 1st down. And Ravelin's 2nd catch of the night. Lutt takes the snap and little tunnel screen action there and making a few guys miss and tackle down at the, looks like the 8-yard line. That was Jack Van Fossen. So that's going to end up being a 10, 22-yard pitch and catch there.
37 down to the, 12, about a 35-yard?
35. Yeah. I'm not good at math.
Yeah, when we talk about math all the time and how we're not spectacular at it.
So first down and goal and a pass to the corner of the end zone intended for Robertson, just a little long. You can kind of forgive Lutt there. He's had a really, really good night. And not tons and tons of yards, but by my count, 4 for 8, 96 yards and 2 touchdowns.
3.
Through the air, he's got. Oh, yes, he does. You're
Luke
correct.
Twice and Ravelin once.
Yep. Sorry, math.
Yeah.
And handoff to Jensen up the middle. Good tackle inside by Shenandoah. He's going to set up a 3rd down and 10. And Shenandoah an opportunity here to at least put Underwood in a 3rd and long. Maybe a little bit of game pressure, not a ton, but a little bit of game pressure here on this 3rd down play.
Yeah, good stop by Rystrom there for the Mustangs. Another quick pass for Underwood.
Quick pass and corralled after a gain of about 4. Can't see who that was. Maybe Ravelin there. Boy, I can't get the number. I believe it was Ravelin, a gain of about 4. So it sets up a 4th down and 6. And Underwood can get a 1st down without getting a touchdown here. And Ravelin in motion, high snap. Jensen gets the handoff, and he's going to walk into the end zone. Big hole and good patient run that time for what's going to end up being about a 9-yard touchdown run from Jensen. And it's going to be his 2nd touchdown of the night. Pretty good night for Jensen. 4 carries and 2 touchdowns. So 56 yards from Jensen on the ground. Nelson 72 yards rushing on the ground, and both with 2 touchdowns on the night. So 4 rushing touchdowns and a sidewinder kick. That was a vertical spiral. Yeah. I don't think our camera is going to really help you appreciate what just happened. Is that kick by Bayshore was a vertical spiral that went straight through the uprights. It's been that kind of night for Underwood, and we're going to step aside. 3:09 to go until halftime. Underwood flexing their muscles here, 49-0.
Brocker Wealth Management is comprised of local experts dedicated to your financial success. Their certified financial advisors include John Brocker, a native of Southwest Iowa and a proud graduate of Underwood, and Alec Murphy, an active Council Bluffs resident. They are dedicated to devising comprehensive financial strategies for you and your family. Whether you are investing to build wealth, Brocker Wealth Management personalizes a plan for your needs, wants, and long-term goals.
And we're back here in Underwood, and Bayshore kicks a touchback. Boy, he's got a good leg, and it's almost perfect because if you kick it in the end zone, it's touchback to the 20, but it's going down between the 5 and the goal line, so it's forcing Shenandoah to make that choice.
Right.
And it's been poor field position all first half here for Shenandoah.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you got good coverage on it. So if it does come up short, it's a short run back by the Mustangs, and like you said, it goes in the end zone, so be it. It's a 20-yard.
So Shenandoah now with just under 3 minutes to go until halftime, trying to get something going into the locker room, and a little hitch and go, and again, just really good over-the-top coverage by Robertson. They're just not going to give you anything deep. They're not going to fall for the fakes because that's their responsibility with this kind of quarters coverage that they're playing. Like, we're not getting beat deep on the edges. It's just not going to happen.
Yep, I'm trying again to hit Colin down the sideline, and good defensive coverage by Underwood, and actually Colin has to play defense kind of to come back over and knock that ball down to make sure it doesn't get intercepted.
Yeah, just right now Shenandoah just cannot get behind Underwood, and credit to their defensive coaches and their defensive backs coaches too, and the kids. Really good fundamentals, good techniques, and they're just not letting the speed from Shenandoah get deep right now. So 2nd down and 10, balanced formation. Under 2 minutes to go now until halftime. Spangler hands the ball off up the middle and drug down for a gain of about 3, maybe 4 yards. Was that Dickerson again? I believe it was.
Yeah, good run by Dickerson. Dickerson on the carry and able to gain about 4 yards. And again, we're down to about a minute 30-ish on the clock here before halftime. So Mustangs maybe run one play here and get it down inside of a minute before they either get a first down or possibly have to punt it away here late.
What you doing there, Coach?
Just testing the popcorn. Nice. Underwood AD.
Yeah, awful nice.
Tyler Hamilton to come up here and give us a bag of popcorn for halftime.
A lot of good hospitality here in Underwood. I'd like to think that people would say the same thing when they come to Shenandoah, but they've been very hospitable to us here, and they've given us a nice space. And thank you to Mr. Hamilton and company. And there was a whistle on the play. They're having a little conference there, and they're going to end up getting a timeout called by Shenandoah. That's their final timeout of the half. Trying to come up with something here on 3rd down and 6. We're going to step aside. We'll be back in 60.
Dave Lyon Towing and Repair has been serving the Underwood area for over 40 years. They offer 24-hour light and heavy-duty towing and recovery, including a rotator, winch equipment, wreckers, and flatbeds to serve you. They're available for repair on cars and trucks Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Located at 134th Street in Underwood, when you need a lift or repair work, call Dave Lyon Towing and Repair of Underwood, Iowa, 712-566-2317. Not the biggest, just the best.
It's time to be you at Iowa Western. Apply today.
So we're back here in Underwood, and what you missed was instead of it being 3rd down and 6, it'll now be 3rd down and 11 following a post-timeout procedure penalty there by Shenandoah. So they're ready to go now. The whistle's been blown. The play clock's a-moving. Spangler in the gun, balanced formation. Spangler rolls out to the left, looking for the wheel route. His arm got hit as he threw, and that ball's almost intercepted. That was Riley Sealock on the coverage, and just tough situation there again. You're 3rd and 6. You could call the timeout. You think you got a good play, get the penalty, kind of changes things.
Yeah, and the white hat Chris Ethan is gonna reset the play clock up to the 40-second mark, and we're going to be able to run out the clock here, and will not be necessary for the Mustangs to punt the ball here before the half. Chris Ethan,
what a guy!
Like I said, doing a little preventative officiating. Good job by him. But again, Underwood very dominant here in the first half of this football game.
So we're going to tally up some statistics here. We'll be back. We'll take a minute or two break. Come back. We'll give us some halftime thoughts, and then we'll for those of you from Underwood that don't know what we do, we'll talk for a hot minute, and then we'll step aside, kind of go on mute for 10 minutes or so, and then we'll come back for the second half. So we'll be back here in about 60 seconds or so.
To some, the sound of a bag of seed being opened marks a year of unpredictability and sleepless nights. But for those opening a bag of Pioneer brand corn, it brings a different set of feelings. To them, that sound marks innovation, knowing every seed has been proven in the toughest environment possible, the field. It marks the start of the best year you'll ever have. Pioneer brand corn hybrids, field proven and ready for yours. Visit pioneer.com/innovation.
Back here in Underwood, and Coach, we say it a lot. It's just math. Numbers never lie. However you want to say it. Well, the math and the numbers absolutely tell the story of the first half. What do we got here?
Yeah, I mean, like I said before we went to that commercial, Underwood dominates the first half. 102 yards passing from Lutt, 6 of 9, 3 touchdowns. Really good first half by him. 128 yards rushing. Between Ravlin, Boothby, or Nelson and Jensen, the two carriers for Underwood, and again their offense just moving. Again, a lot of short fields. Shenandoah didn't move the ball hardly at all. What'd you say? Five total yards of offense for Shenandoah in the first half. So credit the Underwood defense coming up with those 3 interceptions and holding Shenandoah's offense to just five yards. So. Like I said, a dominant first half for Underwood, and there's a reason why they're ranked in the top 5 and number 1 in BC Moore. So see what the Mustangs can kind of figure out in the second half. Obviously, with the clock running, keep the ball moving the best that you can, and I'm sure we'll see some subs for Underwood in the second half.
So with that, again, Underwood, the hometown folks enjoying their football Friday night here, 49-0. And again, we do appreciate, I said at the beginning, and we talked about it a little bit, absolutely appreciate Underwood inviting us or allowing us to come in and call the game. And hopefully we're doing justice to the kids that you have out there. If you're an Underwood fan, hopefully you're enjoying yourselves. If you're not, we apologize. You get what you pay for. But the Shenandoah folks, you know what to expect, and you'll hear us again next week and so on and so forth. But we're going to step aside. There's 13 minutes until the start of the second half. There'll also be 3 additional minutes tacked onto that. So it'll be 16 minutes, folks. So we'll be back in about 15 minutes. Go to the bathroom, get yourself a drink. We'll see you in about 15 minutes. Underwood, 49. Shenandoah, nothing. We are back here in Underwood, just about ready to start the second half. Underwood out in top here, 49-0 here, and Shenandoah is going to get the football to start the second half. Looks like we're going to have a new guy in to kick for Underwood. It's going to be Alex Cook. Looks like he's going to tee the ball up at the 40-yard line for Underwood. See what Shenandoah came up with here at halftime to figure out how to move the football tonight against this tough Eagles defense.
Doing the kicking for the Eagles, double X, Alex Cook.
So I'm kind of by myself here at the moment. Mr. Burdorf had to step out for just a moment, so I'll do my best with the camera work. So 1,000 apologies if it's bad. Cook kicks the ball deep, and it is picked up in there by Shenandoah, and it's going to be down at about the 26-yard line. So that's where Shenandoah will scrimmage at about the 26-yard line.
At their 26.
So in at quarterback for Shenandoah is still going to be Jade Spangler. Spangler, and looks like maybe that entire first unit is going to be in there offensively.
Sam Holsing out on the field for the Eagles tonight.
And clock is running with the 35-point rule, so there's about 11 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. And handoff goes to fake to Laughlin. Spangler keeps it. He's going to pick up about 3 yards there. Shenandoah didn't have enough guys on the field. Looks like they were missing a wide receiver, but could be wrong on that one. It's going to be second down and 7 after a pickup of 3. Well, they're going to give them 4 yards on the play. Sorry, so it's going to be second down and 6. So again, there's that balanced formation. So that receiver came into the field of play, and again a high snap, and Spangler's got to just pick it up and try to make something out of nothing there. And again, you pick up some good yards, and then you go right back, and you lose about 10 yards there. So it's going to be a third down now and 16. Tough night continuing for Spangler and company.
5, 6, 2, 8.
So now third down and long. Third down, and we'll call it a long 16.
8, 5, 2, 7.
Spangler gets the snap. He's going to go deep down this near side and incomplete. Intended for Brody Cullen, and just a little out of his reach. So that's going to bring up a fourth down and long in a punting situation for Shenandoah. So back to punt is Cole Scammon here for Shenandoah.
Cole Scammon back to kick to Riley Sealock.
It's going to be Riley Sealock back to return. He's going to be at the Shenandoah 47-yard line. And snap to Scammon, gets the kick away. It's a little high end over end, bounces at the 50, and Sealock picks it up at the 47-yard line. Makes a guy miss. The ball's on the ground, and we'll see who comes up with it there at the 46-yard line of Shenandoah. Looks like it's going to be Underwood ball. So
Fortunate break there as Sealock scooped up the ball and then ended up getting it poked out. And
and Eagles were fortunate to recover.
Number 11, Nick Hackett. Number 14, Nick McKenzie. Number 32, Nick McKenzie, quarterback.
So we got
You got a new quarterback in there, Nick McKenzie. And Foot gets the carry. A bunch of new host of characters in there for Underwood, as that's Foot on the carry. Number 16, Landon Morales Foot. Picks up about, maybe 2 yards on the play, so it's going to set up a second down at about 8.
Number 54, Charlie Brocker.
Try to get all these changes for you. It'd be nice to have Mr. Burdorf here, but they're going to end up with a penalty on the play. So we'll negate that 2-yard gain by Foot. Well, they're having a conversation here, so I didn't see the flag, but we're going to get a little conversation here between the umpire and the referee. It was a 5-yard penalty, so they wanted to make sure they marked him off the full 10 yards. So it's now going to be a 1st and 20 on the holding call. So that'll negate the 2-yard gain. So it'll be 1st and 20 here for Underwood at their own 43-yard line.
Will Buckhold on the carry.
Handoff goes up the middle for a pickup of about 2.
Tackled by number 56.
By Will Buckhold. Will Buckhold picks up a couple of yards, so his first carry of the night. And it's going to bring up a second down and 18. Second down, 18. Pass into the flat, caught by Foot. Nice catch. Good ball, nice catch. And that's going to be a gain of about 6 on the play. Brings up a third down at about 12. You're back, Coach.
I'm back.
Boy, that was hard to do this, that, and this. Nobody knows anything I'm talking about but you.
Sweet.
But we're back. 3rd down and 12. Pass to the near side, just long. Just long, intended for Sam Holsing, as McKenzie's now in at quarterback for Underwood. Looks good. Throwing a couple of nice balls, but just a little long here, and it's going to be 4th down and 12. What you missed was a first down penalty for Underwood, set them back 1st and 20. They just couldn't quite get ahead of the change there, and looks like they're going to bring on the punt team for the second time here tonight.
Gotcha. Thanks for the quick recap.
Yep, and
got back in.
Offensively for Shenandoah, had a really nice gain on first down. High snap, second down, and then took a deep shot there and couldn't get anything on 3rd down. So
gotcha.
It's kind of a continuation there of the first half for Shenandoah. We'll see what happens as McKenzie takes a snap, set to punt. He gets it away. It's going to be a wobbler, short, and it's going to bounce down and roll down inside the 10. And I have no idea what yard marker that is. It might be the 7.
Yeah, about the 6, maybe 6 or 7. It looks like 7-yard line is what the
Nailed
guy on
it.
the microphone said. So
Did I say 6?
I think I said 6. You said 7.
And what did he say?
7.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Math.
It is hard to see.
It's really hard to see through the window, but
the lighting is not as good at this end of the field that we're looking at.
If
right
we could
now.
shut the lights off, I think it would be. Can I do
you
that?
hit that button right there? Yeah, there you go.
Ooh, is that helpful?
But then I'm gonna have to put my glasses on.
You're gonna have to get your cheaters on.
That sheet of paper was well lit, just far enough away.
Well, hey, I'll turn it back on.
Oh, we're good.
Looks like you've got is that O'Rourke in there at quarterback? And it's Spangler still in at quarterback. He throws it to Cullen, and that's going to be a gain of 3 on the play. So that's going to put Shenandoah in a positive for passing yards tonight. Now back into the positives.
Yeah, nice. That's a nice pitch and catch there on first down. Keep the ball moving.
So 2nd down and 7 yards to go. We are under 4.5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter, which has flown by. 1 possession on by either side. Shenandoah's 2nd possession happening right now. And Spangler on the quarterback keeper, and he's going to get across the 15-yard line down at the 16-yard line. So it's going to be a gain of about 6. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and a yard here for Shenandoah.
And again, Spangler goes under center, and he's stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be interesting to see where the spot is, but they do look like they have 4th down up in the air. So good job by the Underwood defense there. Number 60, Bruno with the stop.
You see, you didn't need the light on. You had that. You nailed it.
It's still just far enough away with just enough light.
So 4th down and a yard. Shenandoah going for it. Laughlin in the backfield with Spangler. High snap. Spangler keeps it around the right side. He's got some room. Makes a man miss at the 30. He's now to the 40-yard line and driven out of bounds at the 45. Biggest play of the night for Shenandoah. That's going to be a gain of, again, this is math, 5, 10, 15, 20, about 25 yards. 26 yards?
16 out to the 46 is 30 yards.
I can't tell.
Yeah, that's all right.
30 yards for Spangler. So that puts Spangler in positive rushing yards for the night at 21 yards now rushing for the evening.
Yeah, good play there. He put the ball in Ethan's belly and didn't take it, and Spangler took it. Now Ethan gets the ball.
So Laughlin with the carry, and he gets stoned at the line of scrimmage by, looks like, number 40 leading the charge for Underwood. That is Charlie Myers and company.
Yeah, along with Taylor Hills, 59 in there on the stop. Good tackle by him.
So it'll be 2nd down now, 10 to go. This is the furthest Shenandoah has actually made it. They actually did give Laughlin a yard on the play, so 1,000 apologies to the entire Laughlin family. We're going to make sure we make that correction there. So he's got a yard in the stat book. Spangler rolling out to his left. He's got a man in his face, and the pass is caught. He just got it away. A 4-yard gain, and Cullen makes a catch. He hasn't been able to get loose, but Spangler just about got sacked on a really late blitz and a really good find of finding Cullen in the flat there.
Yeah, just enough time to get it away and set up a 3rd and about 5 right at the 50-yard line for the Mustangs here at midfield.
So 3rd down and 5. Shenandoah with 1 minute and 30 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. They have yet to run an offensive play in the Eagles' side of the field. So see if they can get over there here with the ball at midfield. Handoff to Cullen on the jet sweep, and he does get across midfield, and he's going to get to about the 40, depending upon the spot, I believe the 47-yard lines where they're going to mark it. So it's going to be a 4th and a long 2 there. Gain of 3 on the play. Obviously 4-down territory in this situation. So 4th down and 2. And handoff goes up the middle to Laughlin, and he gets met in the backfield at the line of scrimmage. That was number 59 in your programs. That was Taylor Hills, excuse me. Tyler's brother, Taylor.
Yeah. Nice stop by the Underwood defense to get in there. Again, Spangler might have been able to pull that out and take it around the edge, but gave it to Laughlin, and just nothing there going up the middle for the Mustangs, and they turn the ball over with about 30 seconds left to go.
And I don't know if they're going to have to run another play here. They blew the whistle. Oh, they will run the play, and that's okay. And it's going to be a pickup of about 2 yards by Sealock. So that's going to end the 3rd quarter. Still 49-0. We're going to step aside, pay our first set of bills here in the second half. Underwood still on top, 49-0. back here in Underwood. I'm used to saying we're back here in Shenandoah. Again, thank you to the Underwood folks. Hospitality has been great. We definitely appreciate it, and hopefully you've enjoyed the stream tonight. And Underwood with the ball, 2nd down and 8 now to begin the 4th quarter. McKenzie drops back to pass, goes into the flat, pass completed in the flat to Alex Cook. It was 2nd and 8. Now it's going to be 3rd and 2, so a pickup of 6, and it'll be 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, it's stopped by Xavier Martin out there in coverage, and sets up that 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2 situation here for Underwood.
Woodbury Central 34, St. Albert 0.
So 3rd down and 2. McKenzie there's a hard count there, and it's going to get a free 1st down as one of the Mustangs on the interior there jumped a little early.
Yeah, just a little antsy, trying to make a stop on.
You were gonna give a number there.
Nope.
You were gonna do it.
Wasn't gonna do it. Just a little antsy out there.
On 3rd and 2, that is enough yardage for a 1st down. So now ball at the 39-yard line. McKenzie with the snap. He's kind of hit as he threw, but it's a good ball, just short. Good coverage over there on the far side. That pass was intended for Nick Hackett. That's going to be an incomplete pass. Good coverage over there, but
good coverage by Cole Scammon.
Kind of a good
there.
ball, good coverage. Yeah. Just receivers got to come back to that ball there.
Yep. But yeah, good coverage by Scammon over there on the far side of the field, able to break that up.
So 2nd down and 12. Hackett's got a good arm, a decent arm there, and now a little jet sweep on a pass and foot. Morales' foot. Again, this is the 2nd time he's carried the ball, and he's had a good gain, and he ended up going to be negated by a penalty because he had the first carry of the 2nd half, and there was a penalty there, so there's going to be another penalty that's going to draw him back from the spot of the foul, so you're probably going to be in a 2nd and 15-ish situation. Looks like it.
Yep.
You'll be happy to know you were not here for this. You were taking care of some business, but they marked off the holding penalty.
Yeah.
And the referee stopped the next play from happening because they didn't mark it off far enough.
Oh.
And they
got it right.
We had that conversation at the Nottoway Valley game as Seelock carries the ball, is going to pick up about 3 yards, going to be a 3rd down and 12. We had this conversation at Nottoway Valley, how there kept being random, like 3-yard penalties and 6-yard penalties, and they did a good job. A good job by the officiating crew. They got it done.
Got it done.
Yeah,
that's good.
You would have.
I'm so proud of them.
That would have been a tip of the cap moment for you.
Absolutely.
Because I know how you love the officials, and they do a really good job.
They do, and it's Official Appreciation Week or
yes,
month
it is.
or something.
Yep. Year.
And so, yeah, I mean, they should always be appreciated.
Yep. And a tough hit in the backfield. That was number 21 in your programs for Shenandoah.
Hunter Swank.
Hunter Swank with a big hit on McKenzie. That's going to bring up another 4th down, and I would assume another punting situation. But they may go for it here. Maybe you're kind of in no man's land here, about the 40-yard line of the opponent. Go for it with the clock ticking. You're already under 9.5 minutes to go in the game.
Right, you might as well try it out. These guys right here where they're at. No reason to punt it up 49-0. Just go ahead and see what your offense can do with some of these younger guys in the game.
So, again, balanced formation and...
Now, maybe.
Maybe now. Well, this is just as good as the old phantom delay of game that coaches tend to take, like in college and in the pros, to give them the free 5 yards.
That was the old false start on everybody but the center.
That was on the entire offensive or wide receiver core.
Yeah.
There was a point back in my coaching days where a team was trying to do that, trying to get the free 5 yards as McKenzie back to pass. He's got nobody there as Morales' foot was there, but about 10 yards too far in front, so it'll be turnover on downs. But we had a situation where it was 4th and forever. And they were on about the 45-yard line, and they wanted more room. And so they had the delay of game, and they threw the flag, and our head coach was going to accept the penalty. And I'm just yelling at him. I was like, Coach, you can decline that. Like, say no.
Yeah.
Like, say no. And, like, he was just going to accept it. He declined the penalty. Guess what they did? Punted it in the end zone.
Sure enough.
Woo! Probably would have pinned us back.
Right.
Win
for you.
Well,
Doesn't really matter now.
I mean,
we lost the game.
Oh. Well, they punted it in the end zone.
They punted in the end zone. I won that moment. And handoff up the middle to Dickerson. 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8. Nobody cares. So 2nd down and 8 as Dickerson picked up 2 yards, 7.5 minutes to go in the ball game. And that's now 12 yards rushing for Dickerson on the night. So 2nd down and 8, ball at the 48-yard line. Shenandoah trying to get that goose egg off the board here, down by 49. And Spangler, deep ball, short, and caught, but was he inbounds? No. Caught by Cullen. Been a tough night for that connection. Spangler and Cullen have been on the same page the last couple of weeks, but this is obviously a different animal in Underwood here tonight, and it's been a tough night for them.
Yeah, must have been just out of bounds on that far sideline. He did catch it and was completed, but just not able to get it to stay in bounds. So third and 8
Correct.
Now for the Mustangs.
Correct, Amundo. 6:30 to go in the ball game. Trips to the near side. Single receiver to the far side. That's Cole Graham. Spangler going to the boundary, and it's caught by Brody Cullen. Finally got a connection there. 5, 10, 15, nearly 20 yards. A 19-yard gain by Cullen from Jade Spangler.
Yeah, good connection there. Finally got one to go down the sideline. Good job by the Mustangs offense to get that connection, get the ball moving, get it now over and into Underwood territory.
So now on the night, Brody Cullen, 4 catches now, 24 yards. Far cry from what he's been doing, but Ethan Laughlin gets it on the old jet sweep, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play. Running to the edges, we talked about that on the way up here, running to the edges against this defense, a difficult task, and that was another example of that.
Yeah, really good stop by Lucas Bose over there, in there for Underwood in that outside linebacker spot.
He makes good speakers.
Bose speakers.
You think he's part of the speaker or the Bose?
He would be lucky if he
yeah,
is part
right.
of it.
Good for him. Anyways, 2nd down and 10. Spangler rolling out to the right. He's got the edge, and he had Cullen, but just missed him just long. So that's going to be an incomplete pass. That is the 19th pass attempted by Spangler tonight. And just kind of a run-pass mix here for Shenandoah. They have 19 pass attempts. They have 18, 21, 23 run attempts. So a little over 50%. Some of that is poor snaps, and they count as runs. So it's about a 50-50 split run-pass here tonight for Shenandoah. Not that matters, just kind of a 5 minutes to go in the game conversation.
Yeah.
So 3rd down and long. Spangler looking for somewhere to go. Gets corralled down and sacked. That'll be a sack on the play. Loss of a yard. And that was, looks like Will Buckholt on the sack. So nice job by Buckholt. Loss of a yard on the play. Will go down as a sack, officially, unofficially, by me.
I think it counts.
It counts. He's going to watch this back later, and he's like, yeah, that guy I don't know gave me a sack. It's good news. So 4th down and 11. Spangler rolling out to his left. And it's complete to Cole Scammon, and he's down at the 16-yard line. That's enough for a 1st down. That's going to be 15-yard gain and a 1st down?
34 to the 16, yeah. 18 yards?
I don't know.
34 to 16?
That's 18.
Something like that.
So Scammon with an 18-yard, his first catch of the night. It's going to bring up 1st and 10. Mustangs knocking on the door, 3.5 minutes to go in the game. Handoff to Dickerson is faked, and Spangler goes up the middle, and he'll pick up another 4 yards. So 2nd down and 6, excuse me. Obviously, best drive of the night so far. I mean, obviously you're not going to win the game if you're Shenandoah, but maybe to get some sort of feel-good going into a big game next week with Red Oak.
Yeah, again, just moving that momentum in your direction so you can go back into practice next week with some positive energy.
Dickerson gets the handoff, and he's going to pick up about 5, so that'll bring up a 3rd down and 1 with the clock still ticking away here, Coach. We're about 2:30 to go in the ballgame. Do they put one in here before time expires, Coach?
That would sure make them feel good on that bus ride home, I think.
Ball looks like it's on the 4-yard. Oh, no. It will not be on the 4-yard line.
Offside. No. False.
Ooh. Was that an illegal motion, or was that just a false start?
Must have been just a false start. I didn't see who false started.
So that puts Shenandoah back now outside of the 10-yard line. They'll be back to about, the 12, would you say? I can't hardly see it.
13 is what the scoreboard says.
Okay. I'll trust the scoreboard.
So we'll go with that.
They got a pretty good view over there.
Yeah.
So now we're right about 2 minutes to go. Ball at the 13-yard line. Shenandoah at 3rd down and 6. They need to get the ball to the 7-yard line to keep the drive alive. Spangler rolls out and short intended for Cullen. So it's going to set up a 4th down and 6. Again, they don't have to score a touchdown to keep the drive moving as we're now under 2 minutes. They just need to get it to the 7. So maybe getting Spangler out in space with that run-pass option. If it's not there, tuck it and run, try to pick up the 1st down to extend the drive.
Yeah, I got to get the 1st down here. The minute 30 left to go in the contest. See what play they come in with. Going to switch the quarterback now. Joey O'Rourke coming in for this 4th down play. Spangler coming out.
I'd probably expect a quarterback run here.
Up the middle type of run?
I don't know.
Just a run. It's your prediction.
Well, probably like a zone read type of a.
Yeah.
Maybe not. He might throw it. He's got a touchdown pass on the air, does Mr. O'Rourke.
Yeah.
But he's got a little more size. And he's going to roll out to the right. What do I know? That's why I'm up here. He goes to the far sideline, and they're going to say incomplete, as that was intended for, was that Cole Graham over there? So that'll be an incomplete pass, and that will be, I believe, unless something crazy happens, the final play, because they got to blow the whistle into play, right?
Yeah.
And they haven't done that yet, and we're now under 40 seconds. So that'll be an incomplete pass for O'Rourke as he gets in there. And that's going to be the ball game.
Number 6, Jack Lynch.
Final score, and it doesn't look like Underwood's in too big of a hurry to line up and take a snap, and they're not. They're coming off to the side. So, Coach, some final thoughts here tonight. I mean, we kind of expected to see some really good athletes on both sides, right? But we also thought we'd see some physical line play from Underwood and the offensive line. I think they get overlooked quite a bit with this group, right? I mean, Underwood's got tons of athletes, but they got some big boys up front too, and that really helped pave the way for a dominant victory here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And Underwood, just jumped on it early and often, and able to put it away, early, and again, they did it both on the ground and through the air, and this is a good football team, and they're going to have some potential to do some really dangerous things as the season progresses.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a fun game to watch, fun team to watch. Their defense flies around and makes some things happen, and their offense has lots of different weapons they can go to, and kind of you don't know what you're going to get, right? They can run it, they can throw it, and they got the line play to make something happen. So it was a lot of fun. Again, we do appreciate you guys inviting us into your homes or your cars or wherever you are listening or watching. We appreciate it. For Aaron Burdorf, I'm TJ Young. Shenandoah folks, you'll hear us next time. Underwood folks, we appreciate it again. And Underwood moves to 2-0 in district play as they win 49-0 here tonight at home. Till next time, good night, everybody.